Journalism used to serve a purpose. At its best, it informed the public, held power accountable, and helped sustain a healthy democracy. That journalism is largely gone. Today, activism has replaced reporting and entertainment has fully merged with the news. The result isn't truth or accountability, it's obstruction. Obstruction to honest discussion, open debate, and social trust. And unless this changes, journalists should expect to be treated with exactly the contempt their behavior has earned. Let us be clear about the problem. Modern journalism is dominated by sensationalism. Accuracy takes a back seat to outrage. Fear sells. Clicks matter more than truth. Misinformation spreads, panic follows, and no one is held accountable. Bias is no longer subtle. Journalists don't just report events, they frame them, interpret them, and tell the audiences what to think about them. Objectivity has been replaced with agenda setting. Ethics are treated as optional, privacy is invaded, reputations destroyed, and commercial pressure pushes everything towards spectacle instead of substance. We've watched the media turn bland political figures into monsters. We've seen Donald Trump portrayed as an existential threat, even as his administration oversaw real reductions in government size. Over 300,000 federal positions eliminated. The DOJ cuts, you said slashed. For the first time in my adult life, federal government is actually trending smaller. And yet, the press insists he's literally Hitler. That disconnect isn't accidental. Journalists have excused riots, minimized political violence, and openly demeaned Christians while celebrating Islam. They promote abortion while accusing Israel of genocide, ignoring that Hamas started a war it couldn't win. They normalize child mutilation. They oppose some wars while demanding endless involvement in Ukraine, a war that has nothing to do with us. At this point, large parts of the press function as ideological enforcers. They work against the interests of the American people, encourage hostility toward institutions, and then act shocked when things turn violent. We saw the same pattern during the years of riots, fueled by half-truths and lies, then dismissed as fiery but mostly peaceful. Meanwhile, the one time the right lost control, January 6th, is treated as the worst event in human history. It's a drum the media still beats endlessly years later. For decades, journalists were treated like heroes. That reverence created a whole new problem: online activist journalists. These self-appointed reporters prowl platforms like X, hunting ideological dissent. Armed with pronouns and trans flags, they launch harassment campaigns and call it journalism. Creators like Kirsha, Leaflet, Powder, Smuggalana, and even comedian Fillion have been targeted over jokes, opinions, or refusing to participate in activist rituals. Philosophical disagreements get inflated into accusations of bigotry, all aimed at cancellation and career destruction. And yes, the damage is real. Good people who believed in dialogue and compromise are losing faith in humanity itself. And that should concern us, because it tells us modern journalists aren't seeking truth. They are seeking destruction of people, of livelihoods, and the country. Ask yourself this. Why is any of this news? Why are Powder's politics newsworthy? Why is Banana Juju's hair in the news? Why are Kirsha's beliefs news? Why is Leaflet's refusal to comment because she hasn't researched an issue treated as a scandal? Ultimately, none of it matters. Journalism should be reporting on the things that impact your life directly, honestly, and ethically. Instead, it has become a political weapon, advancing one party's agenda through intimidation, bullying, gossip, and the normalization of violence. Journalists are no longer the voice of the people speaking to power. They are, in fact, rather, the voice of the mob yelling at the people, and they deserve exactly the scorn that they have earned.
怄气面对万重浪，也许见那红日光。